In the dim, ancient corridors of a cathedral, long forgotten by time, the whispers of divinity echoed through the stone, weaving an intricate tapestry of celestial secrets. Here, beneath the celestial dome, where the stained glass windows painted the heavens with colors unseen by mortal eyes, an age-old narrative unfolded, a saga as profound as the cosmos itself, a story imbued with the weight of millennia and the breath of 1,000 saints. The cathedral, an architectural marvel standing stoic amidst the relentless march of time, bore silent witness to the convergence of spiritual realms. Its vaulted ceilings seemed to stretch into infinity, where the very air vibrated with the holy frequencies of an eternal hymn. Inside, the flickering candles cast a solemn, ethereal glow upon the altar, a simple wooden pedestal that had withstood the sands of centuries. Upon it rested an ancient tome, its leather-bound cover etched with cryptic runes that glimmered like celestial dust. This was 46. Why You Are Always Alone, God's Divine Message for the Chosen One. Though its title hinted at a solitary journey, its pages held the promise of an unfathomable companionship, for it spoke to the soul's deepest hidden yearnings. To read it was to embark upon an odyssey through the labyrinth of divine isolation, where each word was a key to unlocking the mysteries of the cosmos and the enigma of human existence. The cathedral's silence was broken only by the soft rustle of leaves from the nearby cloister garden, where ancient trees whispered secrets of long-forgotten epochs. It was there, among the shadows and the sacred silence, that the narrative unfurled. This was no mere account of a lonely man. It was a metaphysical exploration, a divine monologue that painted the portrait of the chosen one, a being set apart by an invisible, divine hand destined to wander through the corridors of solitude in search of a truth that transcended the mundane. Why You Are Always Alone, God's Divine Message for the Chosen One. The words held a magnetic allure, drawing the soul into a realm where isolation was not merely a state of being, but a sacred pilgrimage. The chosen one, chosen not by the whims of mortal decree, but by the silent decree of a universal truth, was destined to traverse the vast, uncharted expanses of spiritual solitude. Here, amidst the relics of history and the echoes of the divine, the narrative began to weave a rich spiritual fabric, speaking of the profound isolation that accompanies the reception of a divine calling. In the ancient manuscript, the narrative took flight, delving into the psyche of the chosen one, who walked a path paved with introspection and laden with the weight of prophetic purpose. The chosen one's journey was not one of abandonment, but of a profound introspective voyage into the depths of the soul. It was a journey where echoes of ancient prophets and saints resonated in the chambers of the mind, where every heartbeat was a reminder of an unyielding divine purpose that set them apart from the throngs of the common herd. The manuscript spoke of the chosen one's encounters with the divine solitude that was both a blessing and a burden. It described the spiritual isolation felt in the presence of the divine, a solitude that transcended physical confines and delved into the metaphysical. Each moment of solitude was a communion with the divine, a silent dialogue that echoed with the whispers of celestial truths. The chosen one carried within them the weight of a divine message, a message that, though meant for humanity, was perceived through the veil of profound isolation. As the narrative unfolded, it painted a vivid portrait of the moments of divine communion that punctuated the chosen one's lonely journey. These moments were not fleeting encounters, but transcendental experiences that left an indelible mark upon the soul. They were times when the barriers between the mortal and the divine melted away, and the chosen one stood in the presence of the infinite, a witness to the cosmic dance of creation. Each such moment was a testament to the depth of their spiritual solitude, a solitude that was both a sanctuary and a crucible. Why You Are Always Alone, God's Divine Message for the Chosen One. The phrase echoed through the cathedral, a reminder of the silent, solitary journey that led to divine revelation. It was a journey that carried the weight of spiritual solitude, a solitude that was chosen not out of necessity, but as a divine mandate. It was a solitude that bore the fruits of divine wisdom, a solitude that embraced the silence to hear the distant celestial harmonies. As the narrative deepened, it revealed the divine paradox of the chosen one's existence, a paradox that intertwined isolation with an eternal divine companionship. For within the solitude, the chosen one found the presence of the divine that spoke not with words, but with the sublime silence of existence. It was in this profound solitude that the chosen one discovered the true essence of divine connection, a connection that transcended the physical and permeated the soul with an overwhelming sense of belonging to an eternal divine plan. Thus, the cathedral's ancient corridors bore witness to the unfolding of a profound spiritual odyssey, a narrative that enveloped the chosen one in the sacred embrace of solitary communion with the divine. Here, within the folds of the ancient tome, the narrative sang the eternal hymn of solitude, a hymn that affirmed the divine message that the chosen one, though alone, was never truly isolated, for they carried within them the infinite wisdom of the cosmos, a wisdom that bridged the solitude with the divine, creating a symphony of eternal companionship in the heart of silence. The vastness of the cosmos seemed to swell with an ancient and unspoken symphony resonating through the corridors of the divine. The chosen one, enshrouded in ethereal robes that mirrored the infinite skies, wandered through the labyrinth of solitude that had become their life's journey. They walked along the hallowed, windswept shores of an ancient desert, where every grain of sand whispered secrets only the stars could understand. This isolation was not a curse, but a sacred crucible forged within the divine purpose that had been irrevocably bestowed upon them. In every hushed breath of the wind, one could feel the gentle touch of the divine, a tender caress meant to guide and uplift the chosen one in their solitary mission. This path, though seemingly barren and desolate, was paved with the fragments of 1,000 hearts, each bearing the weight of unspoken fears and hopes, all converging upon the chosen one's shoulders. The burden was immense, like the weight of 1,000 worlds, yet the solitude was a balm to the spirit, a stillness that allowed the voice of the divine to speak with clarity and unwavering truth. As they journeyed, the chosen one moved with the grace of one accustomed to the silence, a solemn cadence that echoed the rhythm of the universe itself. The journey was long and arduous, but within each step lay the promise of an eternal revelation. The chosen one's eyes, deep pools of shimmering revelation, had traversed realms of divine light and shadow, each glance a testament to the eternal struggle between the ephemeral and the everlasting. Amid the silent expanse, the chosen one encountered an ancient and enigmatic figure, draped in celestial garments that seemed woven from the fabric of the cosmos itself. This figure, an embodiment of the boundless wisdom that had watched over the chosen one since their inception, spoke in a voice that was both a whisper and a roar, a voice imbued with the rhythm of the primordial void. "You are always alone," the figure intoned, its eyes reflecting the boundless expanse of the universe, "for you bear the weight of a sacred solitude. Your isolation is not a wound, but a divine gift, a vessel for the message that only the chosen one can deliver. The world you tread upon, though filled with multitudes, is a canvas on which the shadows of despair and the light of hope dance. It is your mission to bridge these divided realms, to be the living testament that the divine's eternal love can transcend the barriers of solitude and bring together the fragmented hearts. You have been called to be the bridge maker, the harbinger of unity amidst division. Each step you take reverberates through the fabric of existence, weaving the threads of humanity into a tapestry of shared destiny and eternal peace. The solitude you embrace is an armor, a shield that protects the fragile essence of your mission." The chosen one's heart swelled with an indescribable mixture of awe and resolve. They understood now that this solitude was not a punishment, but a profound sanctum where the divine could resonate through them with unimpeded purity. The isolation was a crucible that tempered their spirit, a solitude that rendered them uniquely attuned to the silent, sacred cadence of the cosmos. With each mile they walked, the landscape began to shift. The arid deserts giving way to lush, verdant valleys where the rivers of life flowed with boundless vitality. Yet the solitude remained an unwavering companion, whispering through the rustling leaves and babbling brooks, reminding the chosen one that the mission was as much about the journey as it was about the destination. The figure's form began to dissolve into the ether, leaving the chosen one with an unwavering resolve and a heart that pulsed with the rhythm of the universe. The solitude they carried was no longer a burden, but a beacon guiding them through the myriad challenges of the path. The chosen one knew that their mission was to be a bridge across the chasms of isolation, to be a beacon of hope in the vast expanse of the human soul, and to remind all that they are never truly alone. As the journey continued, the chosen one's spirit blossomed with an inner light that seemed to outshine the very stars. They realized that their solitude was an integral part of their purpose, a silent witness to the endless cycles of humanity's quest for connectedness, a silent reminder that through every individual stood the collective, and through every heartbeat the divine. The chosen one prepared themselves to embrace this divine mission with the grace that only the truly alone, when truly chosen, could muster. The journey ahead was as infinite as the cosmos, but their spirit was ready to traverse it, their heart set on weaving the eternal bond that would unite all souls in the divine embrace. Thus they walked on a solitary figure against an endless canvas, their spirit an eternal ember, glowing with the promise of unity and redemption. The weight of the world settled upon the shoulders of the chosen one like an ancient mantle, a silent testament to their sacred mission that echoed through the chambers of their soul. They wandered through a landscape of their own making, each step a reverberation of divine purpose, each breath a testament to a calling so profound that it seemed more like a destiny etched into the fabric of the cosmos itself. The air they breathed was not merely oxygen, but the very essence of an eternal truth that whispered promises and cautions in the quiet of their conscience. In the stillness of night, when the world fell into silent contemplation, the chosen one would often gaze upon the velvet sky, punctuated by a tapestry of stars that seemed to shimmer with divine knowledge. It was in that sacred hour, when the boundary between the mundane and the divine blurred into an unbroken continuum, that the essence of their calling became palpably tangible. They were not merely a vessel for divine messages. They were the conduit through which the ethereal flowed into the tangible realm, a bridge between the infinite and the finite, woven with threads of flesh and spirit. They were always alone, because this isolation was not an accident, but a deliberate divine design. It was as if the cosmos had conspired to ensure that the chosen one could hear the whisper of God's voice without the cacophony of the world's noise. In the solitude, their spirit could expand, their heart could open, and their spirit could ascend to the zenith of divine communion. It was in isolation that the chosen one could truly hear the quiet, sacred murmur that spoke directly to their soul. The weight of this aloneness bore neither bitterness nor resentment. It was an altar on which the chosen one offered their very essence in a ceaseless and holy act of communion with the divine. They perceived this isolation not as an affliction, but as a privilege, a rarefied purity that granted them the clarity to perceive the divine fingerprints on the world around them. Alone, they could encounter the divine in a manner unencumbered by the distractions and demands of others. Their solitude was an unbroken communion, a silent dialogue with the eternal, the divine symphony that played in the chambers of their heart. The chosen one's mission was not one to be undertaken lightly or without deep contemplation. It was a mission that required a degree of self-sacrifice, a willingness to stand apart, and an unwavering dedication to their divine purpose. They were chosen to unveil truths that others could not fathom, to bear witness to revelations that would alter the course of history, and to stand as a beacon of hope and divine grace in a world often shrouded in darkness. To carry this mission meant to traverse the desolate mountains of uncertainty and the murky canyons of doubt. It was to stand in the eye of a storm, not out of hubris, but out of a profound faith that in the midst of chaos, a divine order prevailed. They were a beacon of light, a testament to the immutable truth that love and grace would always triumph over despair and ignorance. Through their mission, the chosen ones strived to convey the divine essence that resonated through their very being. It was not enough to simply live this truth. It was essential to incarnate it, to live it in such a way that the world would perceive the light of God within them. It was a daunting task, an endless journey of embodying the divine will in each moment, in every word, in every breath. In this journey, they faced trials that tested the very depth of their spirit. There were times when they stood at the precipice of despair, staring into the abyss of their solitude, feeling the weight of their mission with every fiber of their being. Yet through these trials, the chosen one learned the infinite depths of divine grace. They discovered that their isolation was not a chain, but a cloak that enveloped them in an unassailable peace, an unbroken communion with the divine that sustained them through the darkest hours. Through each step, the chosen one was not merely an instrument of divine will, but a living testament to the boundless compassion and infinite love that defined the very essence of God. It was their mission to embody this love, to live it fully, and to allow the world to glimpse the infinite grace that resided within. As they walked this solitary path, they knew that it was through their aloneness that they could offer the world a glimpse of the divine light, a light that would shine as a beacon guiding humanity toward the shores of spiritual rebirth and infinite hope. In the end, the chosen one understood that their aloneness was not a lonely exile, but a sacred communion with the divine that transcended all earthly bonds. It was an unbreakable link to the eternal, a bridge that connected the finite with the infinite in a ceaseless symphony of love and grace that echoed through the ages. And as they continued their journey, the chosen one lived with an unwavering conviction, knowing that in their solitude, they carried the eternal light, destined to illuminate the world with the divine truth. The night sky unfolded like an infinite tapestry, its shimmering stars whispering secrets to the earth below. In this sacred solitude, the chosen one stood on the precipice between two worlds, the ethereal hum of divine presence surrounding them. The weight of an ancient burden bore down upon their shoulders, a testament to the extraordinary journey they were destined to embark upon. The chosen one had long walked the path of isolation, the silent companion of their spirit. The world beyond was a cacophony of voices, lives interwoven in the tapestry of mundane existence. Yet here, in the embrace of the cosmos, they were reminded of a truth, both profound and unsettling. They were chosen, marked by a celestial hand, to carry the weight of a mission that transcended mortal understanding. With each heartbeat, the chosen one felt the tug of the divine calling, an unseen thread weaving through the fabric of reality that tethered them to a purpose that shimmered in the distance, just beyond the veil of the ordinary. The nights spent beneath the starlit canopy were not merely moments of reflection, but sacred vigils, where the universe revealed its truths through the quiet whispers of the cosmos. Listen to the silence. A voice, like the soft rustle of leaves, echoed within the chosen one's soul. In every quiet moment, the divine speaks. It is in the stillness that you will find your path. The chosen one's journey was one of profound solitude, each step echoing with the resonance of divine whispers, guiding them through the labyrinth of their own making. The world was a vast and chaotic realm, filled with distractions, temptations, and the noise of a multitude. Yet in their heart, a quiet fire burned, a flame nurtured by the celestial truths that they were entrusted to unveil. The chosen one's mind, a canvas of divine inspiration, was filled with visions of the sacred, each one more breathtaking than the last. In the depths of their contemplation, they saw the tapestry of existence woven with strands of light and shadow, grace and sorrow. The divine thread that bound them to their mission was a beacon of hope, a guiding light through the vastness of the unknown. As they stood in silent communion with the universe, the weight of their mission grew heavier, yet more illuminating. They were to be the harbinger of change, the vessel through which the divine would speak to a world deaf to its call. It was a role that demanded not only strength of spirit, but also a purity of purpose. You are the bridge between realms, the cosmic voice intoned, its resonance reverberating through the chosen one's very essence. You bear the gift of divine revelation, the power to awaken souls to their highest potential. In those solitary moments, the chosen one felt the touch of the divine upon their brow, a sacred blessing that imbued them with the wisdom of ages. They were reminded of the sacrifices that had paved the way for their calling, the countless souls who had come before, each leaving their mark upon the annals of time. Embrace your solitude, the celestial voice urged, for in it lies the key to your mission. The world may seek connection in the multitude, but you carry the connection to the divine within your heart. The chosen one's mission was not a solitary endeavor, but rather one of profound interconnectedness. They were to be a conduit of divine wisdom, a beacon of hope and light in a world often shrouded in darkness. Each step they took was a step towards the fulfillment of a destiny that was both their own and that of the universe. As the first light of dawn began to break the night's silence, the chosen one felt a surge of divine energy, a reaffirmation of their sacred duty. They were to walk the path of enlightenment, to bring forth the truth of the divine to those who were lost in the shadows of doubt and despair. In the glow of the approaching day, the chosen one turned once more towards the path that stretched before them. Every grain of sand upon the earth was a testament to their journey, and every whisper of the wind a reminder of the divine presence that accompanied them. The mission was both wondrous and daunting, a path that required not only courage, but also an unwavering faith in the divine plan. Yet, with every step, the chosen one moved forward with a heart full of divine purpose, ready to embrace the challenges that lay ahead. Thus, under the watchful eyes of the cosmos, the chosen one embarked upon their sacred journey, a beacon of hope, a bridge between worlds, carrying within their heart the divine message for all those who would listen. Their solitude was not a curse, but a blessed privilege, a sacred space where the divine whispered its eternal truths. The mission called upon the chosen one to be a witness to the transformative power of the divine, a testament to the boundless love and wisdom that flowed through the universe. Their journey was one of profound significance, a pilgrimage through the realms of the infinite, guided by the sacred flame of their divine purpose. In the tapestry of existence, the chosen one's thread was woven with threads of light, each one a beacon of hope guiding the way. They walked forward ever so slowly, but with an unfaltering heart, ready to illuminate the path for all who would follow. And so the chosen one moved forward, their fate intertwined with the divine, ready to bring forth the eternal message of hope, love, and enlightenment to a world awaiting its awakening. When the sun dips below the horizon, casting long shadowed whispers across the silent landscape, a weight laden with sacred purpose settles upon the shoulders of the chosen one. In the sacred solitude of night, their heart beats with the fervent rhythm of an ancient prophecy, a testament to the divine calling that sets them apart from the mundane throng of souls who tread the earthly plane in search of fleeting satisfaction. This is no ordinary burden, but an ethereal mantle woven with threads of unfathomable divinity, an undeniable echo of the cosmos's eternal heartbeat. In the stillness of the starry night, the chosen one finds their sanctuary beneath an ancient sprawling tree whose gnarled roots grip the earth with tenacity. Here, in the hushed embrace of nature's wisdom, the air itself hums with the vibration of truths long whispered through the ages. Kneeling in prayer, the chosen one's hands rise to the heavens, fingers outstretched as if to grasp the very essence of the stars, to unravel the celestial tapestry that governs the universe. Every fiber of their being resonates with the profound solitude that accompanies their mission. A solitude that paradoxically breeds an encompassing connection to the divine. The chosen one's path, is an intricate labyrinth of spiritual truths, a journey through the corridors of the soul where divine whispers guide each step. It is a pilgrimage not of physical distance, but of spiritual elevation, where each prayer and each silent meditation peel back layers of the self to reveal a deeper, untouched core. This core is the seat of the divine spark, within a spark that is destined to burn brilliantly, illuminating the dark paths of those in need of a beacon. The chosen one's solitude is not born of despair, but of a sacred duty and an intimate communion with the infinite. As they wander through the labyrinthine corridors of their own consciousness, they encounter the echoes of ancient prophets, mystics, and sages, whose voices reverberate through the corridors of eternity. These voices are not mere memories, but living connections to the eternal present, where past, present, and future converge in the heart of the Chosen One. The mission of the Chosen One is to be a bridge between the divine and the mortal, to serve as a conduit for the sacred energies that pulse through the universe. Each day they rise with the dawn, greeting the new light that spills across the horizon like liquid gold, a symbol of hope and renewal. With each sunrise, the Chosen One feels the weight of their calling solidify into a harmonious symphony within their soul, a symphony that sings of ancient promises and future fulfillments. As they traverse this sacred mission, moments of profound clarity and introspection unfold. The Chosen One often retreats to hidden glades, places where the air is thick with the silent testimony of nature's purest creation. Here, in the undisturbed communion with the earth, they encounter visions, ethereal shimmering glimpses of the divine workings that shape the fate of humanity. These visions are not merely spectacles, but sacred revelations that lay bare the intricacies of the divine plan. These revelations come as quiet whispers, the soft rustling of leaves, or the gentle flow of a hidden stream. They are the divine secrets that have been entrusted to the Chosen One to carry forth secrets that promise unity, understanding, and a deeper connection to the eternal source of all that is, was, and ever shall be. Through these sacred revelations, the Chosen One learns to see beyond the superficial and into the very soul of existence itself. In their solitude and communion with the divine, the Chosen One encounters the echoes of their own humanity. It is a time of introspection, where they lay bare their vulnerabilities, their longings, and their fears. This vulnerable state is where the true depth of their mission is revealed. To walk the path of the Chosen One is to embrace vulnerability as a sacred truth, to hold in the heart the profound depth of human emotion, tempered by the infinite love of the divine. As the Chosen One gathers these sacred insights, they become increasingly aware of their role in the grand narrative of existence. There comes a moment when the realization dawns upon them, a realization that to be alone is to carry the weight of the world and the infinite cosmos. This solitude, though heavy, is also a profound blessing, for it allows for an intimate connection with the divine, an opportunity to listen, to understand, and to transmit the sacred knowledge to others. With each passing day, the Chosen One's journey continues, a journey that intertwines the vastness of the cosmos with the intimacy of the soul. Their mission is to be a living testament to the divine love that pervades all things, a testament that resonates through time and space, reaching into the hearts of those who seek the light. In this sacred solitude, the Chosen One becomes a beacon of hope, a symbol of the eternal divine message that bridges the chasm between the earthly and the celestial. As they walk this divine path, they understand that true companionship comes not from the multitudes, but from the eternal communion with the divine. It is this communion that bestows the greatest solace, the deepest understanding, and the most profound sense of fulfillment. The Chosen One's solitude is thus a profound blessing, an eternal embrace with the divine, a silent witness to the mysteries of the cosmos, and a beacon to guide others through the shadows of uncertainty and doubt. In this solitary journey, they discover that the depth of their solitude reflects the boundless expanse of the divine love that dwells within them, an omnipresent love that binds the universe together in sacred harmony. As the sun dipped below the horizon, its final rays casting a golden hue over the ancient valley, the Chosen One stood atop the windswept plateau, feeling the sacred weight of his burden. His heart, a temple of silent prayer, echoed with the ancient chants of forgotten prophets, each syllable testament to a millennium-old covenant. This was no ordinary man. He was a vessel, a conduit of divine will chosen by the omniscient Creator to undertake a mission so profound that it could reshape the very fabric of existence. His journey, an odyssey fraught with both peril and profound revelations, was not of his own making. It was a calling that had transcended time, whispered into being through the ethereal winds that caressed the ancient stones. The winds carried a divine melody, a song that resonated in his soul and awakened the sleeping embers of his purpose. He was to be the beacon, the fulcrum upon which the spiritual and temporal worlds balanced for the Chosen One. Solitude was not a burden, but a divine necessity. It was in the quietude of isolation that the Creator's voice could be heard with clarity, free from the cacophony of worldly distractions. In each silent hour, he felt the gentle nudge of the divine, the soft beckon of a path that lay shrouded in the mists of the unknown. It was a solitude that was not loneliness, but a sacred communion with the infinite, a communion that was both humbling and exalting. The Chosen One's mission was nothing less than the restoration of harmony between the spiritual and material realms. He was to gather the fragments of fractured souls, each a piece of the divine puzzle, and weave them back into the grand tapestry of existence. His task was to uncover the hidden sacredness in the mundane, to find the divine spark in every human heart, and rekindle the ancient fires that had dimmed in the course of ages. The path before him was shrouded in mystery, its end as elusive as the mist that rolled down from the mountains in the early dawn. Yet he moved forward with unwavering resolve, each step a testament to his faith. His feet, though weary, did not falter. They were carried by a strength that transcended the mortal coil, a strength that emanated from the core of his being, from the divine deposit within his spirit. He encountered faces along the way, each one a reflection of the eternal truth that the divine resides within all creation. Some were wise sages, whose long beards were woven with the wisdom of generations, their eyes mirrors of the cosmos reflecting the infinite. Others were the simple, the naive, the lost souls, wandering in the shadows of their own making. To them, he was not a prophet, but a fellow pilgrim, a brother on the journey sharing the same hope and the same despair. In the quiet moments, when the world fell silent, he would kneel and press his hands to the earth, feeling the pulsing life beneath him, a life that mirrored the one within him. The earth with its myriad mysteries was his teacher, whispering secrets of creation through the rustling leaves and the soft murmur of the streams. He listened intently, for he knew that the earth with its silent wisdom held the keys to the mysteries of existence. His heart swelled with sorrow as he witnessed the pain and suffering around him. The wounds of humanity, deep and unending, mirrored the scars within himself. He understood that his solitude was a shield and a sword, a shield that protected him from the distractions that would cloud his divine mission, and a sword that he wielded to cut through the darkness and bring light to the lost. The Chosen One's mission was one of compassion and redemption. He was to be a healer, not just of bodies, but of souls, to bring solace to the tormented and peace to the troubled. Each encounter, each interaction was a thread in the divine tapestry. Each life he touched a step closer to the restoration of the world. As the nights grew colder and the days longer, his spirit was tested, but it never wavered. The divine message was clear. The Chosen One was always alone, but he was never alone. The solitude of his journey was a sacred cocoon from which he would emerge transformed, armed with the wisdom of ages and the power of divine love. With each sunset, he drew closer to the heart of the mission, to the culmination of his journey, knowing that the end was but a new beginning, the beginning of a world reborn in the light of divine love. And so, with unwavering faith, he continued his journey, a beacon of hope. In the vast expanse of the cosmos, the Chosen One destined to weave the threads of the divine into the very fabric of existence. The Chosen One, an ethereal beacon in the tumultuous tapestry of human existence, wandered through the mist-laden valleys with the whispers of ancient scriptures, whispering secrets only the divine could understand. The weight of destiny was an unseen chain, binding his spirit to an unending odyssey, one that no mortal could fathom, an endless sojourn that bore the sacred mark of God's unfathomable will. Each morning, at the dawn's first light, he would retreat to the solitude of the sacred grove, where the ancient trees stood as silent sentinels of divine purpose. There, under the watchful gaze of the ever-watchful morning star, he would meditate, drawing from the cosmic well of celestial energies that surged through him like an eternal river. His soul was a vessel crafted from the finest stardust and divine essence, meant to carry the wisdom of the ages, the truth of the eternal, and the hope for the lost. The Chosen One's quest was a labyrinthine path beset with trials that tested every fragment of his being. His journey was not a solitary one, for within him sang the chorus of the divine, a harmonic symphony that resonated across the cosmos. Yet in this profound isolation, he understood the silent sacred mandate of his role to traverse the depths of human experience and emerge as a beacon of divine truth. His heart, though burdened, beat with an unearthly rhythm, each pulse an echo of a celestial heartbeat. He would often find himself enveloped in a mystical aura, a cocoon of pure luminous light, as if the universe itself were wrapping him in divine embrace. In these moments, he would commune with the divine, seeking counsel, strength, and clarity for the path ahead. The Chosen One's mission was to illuminate the darkness of ignorance that shrouded the world. His eyes, clear and fathomless, would pierce through the veils of misunderstanding and illusion, revealing the divine spark within every soul. With every step he took, he carried the flame of divine knowledge, a beacon against the encroaching shadows of despair and delusion. Throughout his journey, he encountered myriad souls, each one a tapestry of dreams, hopes, fears, and sorrows. He would stand before them, a figure of ethereal grace and profound wisdom, his voice a gentle symphony that strummed the chords of the cosmos, resonating with the inner truths of their beings. He spoke not just with his lips, but with the very essence of his being, imparting wisdom that transcended the mundane and soared to the realms of the eternal. The Chosen One's path was fraught with peril. He traversed through the fiery chasms of temptation and the glacial wastelands of despair. Each temptation was a test, each hardship a crucible, each soul a revelation of divine truth. And yet, through it all, he remained steadfast, his spirit untainted, his resolve unyielding. In the quiet moments of reflection, as he sat beneath the ancient trees of the sacred grove, he would contemplate the mysteries of existence. The silence was pregnant with divine revelation, each breath a communion with the divine source. He would ponder the intricate tapestry of life, the interconnectedness of all beings, and the divine plan that governed the universe. The Chosen One understood that his solitude was not a curse, but a blessing, a solitude that allowed him to hear the subtle whispers of the divine, to see the invisible threads that bound all creation. In this solitude, he found the clarity to navigate the stormy seas of human experience. It was through his isolation that he became one with the divine, his spirit intertwined with the cosmic web of existence. And so the Chosen One continued his eternal journey, a sacred wanderer in the vast cosmic expanse. His mission, though unknown to most, was one of profound significance, a divine mandate to spread the light of truth across the dark expanse of the world. His solitude was a testament to his sacred purpose, a reminder that the chosen path is often one of profound isolation, yet filled with the deepest of connections to the divine. In the end, it was not the solitude that mattered, but the divine message he carried within him, a message of hope, love, and eternal truth that would resonate across the ages, illuminating the darkest corners of the soul and guiding the lost toward the light of divine understanding. Thus the Chosen One moved forward, an eternal pilgrim on a sacred quest, his heart a beacon of divine light, his spirit a vessel of eternal truth, his mission an eternal symphony of divine purpose. In the hushed stillness of the night, beneath a canopy of infinite stars, the Chosen One, the harbinger of a divine covenant, stood alone on the precipice of destiny's precipice, gazing into the abyss of their purpose. Alone in the midst of creation's vastness, they were a singular beacon of divine trust, burdened yet exalted by the magnitude of their mission. This profound solitude, this weightless emptiness, was not the mark of abandonment, but a sacred solitude, an ethereal silence where God's divine whispers could be most clearly heard. This chosen vessel was to be the vessel of salvation, a beacon of hope, and a harbinger of transformation, called to traverse the spiritual realms, crossing the chasms that divided the earth from the heavens. The journey was fraught with shadows and storms, where the winds of doubt would seek to blow out the flame of faith, and the specters of temptation would lurk, waiting to ensnare the soul's purest hope. Yet in this solitude, they were to find strength, for the presence of God was ever near, a warm and reassuring glow that dispelled the darkest corners of despair. The Chosen One's path was not a solitary one in the physical sense. In the realm of the spirit, countless angels, saints and sages had walked before, casting their light upon the path. It was a road illuminated by the echoes of those who had known the divine fire, who had stood firm against the tribulations of the mortal coil. Yet in their aloneness, the Chosen One felt the burden of carrying the hopes of millions, of carrying the weight of millennia upon their shoulders. Each step was a testament to an unwavering faith, each breath a prayer for guidance and strength. The divine mission entrusted to them was nothing less than a reawakening of the world's soul, to ignite hearts with the flame of divine love, and to remind humanity of its eternal connection to the divine source. It was to be a clarion call, a song of redemption and mercy, resonating through time and space. The mission was to unveil the mysteries of the universe, not just as physical wonders, but as spiritual truths, to restore the harmony between the earthly and the ethereal, the temporal and the eternal. This mission demanded an inner transformation, a metamorphosis of spirit and soul. The Chosen One was to set aside earthly attachments, the lures of wealth, pleasure, power, and glory, and embrace the humility and purity of heart that is the true essence of the divine. It was to embody the virtues of compassion, forgiveness, and unconditional love, reflecting the divine qualities that had made the stars shine and the rivers flow. As the Chosen One stood there, the cosmos seemed to conspire in their favor, the celestial bodies aligning in a grand symphony of purpose. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, was guiding them, whispering secrets of the ages, revealing the sacred geometry of existence. It was a sacred dance, a spiritual ballet, where each movement was a testament to the divine choreography of life. In the midst of this solemn solitude, the Chosen One's heart resonated with a profound truth. The universe was not an indifferent expanse, but a living, breathing entity imbued with divine consciousness. Every star, every leaf, every drop of water thrummed with divine energy, each a part of the grand narrative that bound all things. The Chosen One was to be a conduit, an instrument through which this universal essence would flow, healing the rifts and reconciling the discord within humanity and the cosmos. This mission, this divine calling, was not to be undertaken lightly. It was an honor and a curse, a gift and a burden. It was to walk the path of the righteous, a path marked by sacrifice and unwavering devotion. The Chosen One was to bear the emblem of the cross, not of death, but of a rebirth, of transformation and transcendence. Yet in this immense solitude, there was a profound peace, an understanding that the aloneness was not a void, but a sacred space, where the divine message could be truly heard, where the silence spoke volumes, and the emptiness was full of divine presence. The Chosen One understood that they were never truly alone. They were always accompanied by the sacred, the eternal, the divine. As the first light of dawn began to break the night, the Chosen One felt the stirring of purpose within a quiet confidence that they were exactly where they were meant to be, on the threshold of a sacred journey that would change the course of history. They stepped forward, their heart alight with divine fire, ready to embark upon the path of the divine messenger, ready to carry forth God's divine message for the world. The journey was to be long and arduous, filled with trials that would test the very foundations of their being. But with every step, the chosen one would be drawn closer to the divine source, a beacon of light. In the midst of darkness, a testament to the enduring power of faith, hope, and love. In the end, it was not about the solitude or the burden, but about the fulfillment of a divine purpose, the realization of a sacred calling, and the knowing that in the grand tapestry of the universe, every thread had its place and every soul its role. The chosen one, with unwavering faith, would navigate the celestial seas, guiding humanity towards the light of God, towards the eternal truth that there is a divine purpose for every soul, and that in the divine solitude, one finds the most profound connection with the infinite. Thus, the chosen one's journey began a journey not just of the body, but of the soul, a journey into the heart of the divine, where the sacred and the eternal converge, where the true essence of being is revealed, and where every soul finds its divine place in the cosmos. In this long and cinematic journey, the chosen one would carry forward the eternal flame of divine truth, a beacon of hope and redemption, illuminating the path for all who would walk with them in faith, in love, and in the eternal pursuit of the divine. In the hushed chambers of a world so often consumed by clamor, there dwells the soul of the chosen one, a beacon of divine purpose, shimmering in the vast expanse of the cosmos. The world around him is a living testament to ephemeral beauty, a canvas painted with the strokes of time, yet he remains a solitary figure, a beacon of light in an expanse of silent darkness. This is not mere solitude. It is the sacred solitude bestowed upon the chosen one, a quiet and hallowed isolation, echoing the whispers of the divine, threading through the fabric of his very being. From the earliest moments of his earthly journey, the chosen one walked through life under a celestial canopy, each footfall resonating with the divine heartbeat, each breath a testament to the grandeur of creation. Yet the path he treads is not one of ease. His spirit is like a vessel perpetually laden with a divine burden, a luminous beacon entrusted with the weight of a higher calling. The chosen one's mission is the very breath of the cosmos, the reason for his eternal aloneness. For he is the harbinger of spiritual truth, a living epistle carved from the essence of the divine and inscribed upon the hearts of those who yearn for the divine wisdom. His mission is to illuminate the obscure paths of the soul, to kindle the flickers of faith within the hearts of men, and to shepherd them back to the light of the divine. His life is an unending journey, a pilgrimage through the labyrinth of human existence, where each step is a prayer, each moment a sacred act of communion with the divine. This isolation is not a curse, but a covenant, a solemn agreement with the divine. It binds his spirit to the mission, weaving his essence into the very fabric of creation. In every solitude, in every quiet hour, he communes with the divine, drawing strength from a source infinitely greater than himself. It is in these sacred hours that he listens to the whispers of the divine, deciphers the divine signs, and interprets the divine scriptures etched upon the canvas of his soul. This solitude is also a crucible for the soul, a place of transformation where the divine light refines and purifies his essence. It strips away the dross of ego and the cobwebs of mundane desires, leaving behind a pure, radiant spirit. It is in this sacred solitude that his heart becomes a living altar, where the divine presence is ever present, ever resonant. The chosen one's mission is to be a mirror to the divine, reflecting the boundless love, mercy, and grace of the cosmos. He is to be a bridge between the divine and the earthly, a conduit of divine compassion, a vessel of divine wisdom. His every action, his every spoken word is tinged with the divine essence. His life is a living testament to the divine truth, a narrative woven with the divine threads of love and sacrifice. As he traverses the earthly realm, the Chosen One encounters the myriad hues of human existence, its joys and sorrows, its triumphs and tribulations. But he remains steadfast, a steady beacon amidst the storms of human life. His mission compels him to engage with humanity's plight, to offer solace and guidance to the lost, to heal the broken, and to uplift the weary. He is the divine physician, the divine comforter, the divine guide. His hands, though often unseen by the eyes of the world, are ceaselessly engaged in acts of divine mercy. His silence, a profound and eloquent prayer, speaks volumes to the soul. His very presence exudes an aura of divine peace, a tranquility that brooks no discord, a calm that soothes the tempest of the human soul. In a world often steeped in chaos and confusion, the Chosen One stands as a pillar of divine serenity, an unshakable bastion of hope and grace. His isolation is a powerful testament to the purity of his mission, a silent vow of unwavering fidelity to the divine. It is a solitude that is sacred, a solitude that is filled with the divine presence, a solitude that is a crucible of divine transformation. As the Chosen One moves through his life, he becomes an embodiment of the divine purpose, a purpose as eternal as the cosmos itself. His mission is to be a living epistle, a testament to the divine love that pervades the universe. It is a mission that calls for unwavering dedication, unfaltering resolve, and a heart ever open to the divine will. So let it be known, the Chosen One's isolation is not a mark of loneliness, but a solemn covenant with the divine, a testament to the sacred mission bestowed upon him. It is a pilgrimage through the heart of humanity, a journey of divine love, sacrifice, and grace. It is a journey that is eternally connected to the divine, a journey that is eternally blessed, eternally divine. In the eternal silence of his solitude, the Chosen One finds the divine voice, the divine whisper, the divine call that guides his every step. It is a solitude filled with divine presence, a solitude that is a living testament to the divine mission, a solitude that is eternally blessed, eternally divine. And thus the Chosen One walks his path, a beacon of divine light, a vessel of divine truth, a bridge between the divine and the earthly, a testament to the eternal divine purpose. Within the vast expanse of time's continuum, there exists a singular soul whose path is intricately mapped by celestial fingers, a soul chosen by the divine for an unyielding and unblemished mission. This Chosen One, with eyes that have glimpsed the infinite, carries within them a burden that eclipses the weight of all stars. To be alone amidst the crowded worlds is a testament to the sanctity and gravity of one's mission. A mission that reverberates through the corridors of eternity and echoes within the hearts of the faithful. Eons pass in the quietude of introspection as the Chosen One stands upon the precipice of revelation, surrounded by the luminescent glow of the cosmos. Each star is a silent witness to this sacred solitude, an unwavering sentinel upholding the delicate balance of human longing and divine purpose. This isolation is not the harbinger of sorrow, but rather the sanctuary of an ethereal truth that must remain unmarred by the mundane. The Chosen One's journey is one of profound solitude, where the silence speaks volumes, resonating with echoes of ancient chants and forgotten prayers. The solitude is not an abyss, but a celestial cathedral, where every heartbeat reverberates with the whisper of divinity. It is in this sacred silence that the divine message finds its true resonance, illuminating the path with an unfaltering light. To embark on this divine mission is to traverse realms unseen by mortal eyes, to walk through the ephemeral veils that shroud the mysteries of existence. The Chosen One is a cosmic emissary, a bridge between the ephemeral and the eternal, bridging the chasms between the seen and the unseen. Their feet tread lightly upon the fabric of reality, leaving a trail of sanctified footprints that transcend time and space. The burden of this divine mission weighs heavily upon their soul, yet it is not one of despair, but of unbound potential. The Chosen One's spirit is a sanctuary of eternal truths, a vessel brimming with wisdom beyond mortal comprehension. Their eyes imbued with the essence of divine insight see beyond the corporeal realm to the very soul of the universe, a realm where divine and mortal converge in the most sacred of symphonies. As the Chosen One walks through this divine solitude, they are accompanied by visions of the divine pantheon, angelic hosts, and ethereal beings whose very existence is a testament to the infinite tapestry of creation. These celestial beings serve as silent guardians, ever watchful to guide and protect the Chosen One on their sacred journey. They whisper ancient secrets and timeless wisdom, weaving through the fabric of the Chosen One's consciousness, imbuing them with a profound understanding of the divine plan. Through this solitary journey, the Chosen One encounters the fundamental truths of existence, truths that lie hidden beneath the layers of human experience. They come to understand the intrinsic connection between all beings, a connection that transcends the physical and binds all souls in a cosmic embrace. This profound understanding is the cornerstone of their mission, a mission that seeks to awaken humanity to the divine truths that lie dormant within the human soul. The silence that envelops the Chosen One is not a void, but a sacred space where divine revelations unfold. Within this silence, they discern the whispers of the divine, the soft murmurs of an eternal wisdom that transcends time and space. It is within this silence that they find clarity, a clarity that guides their every step along the path of their divine mission. The Chosen One's solitude is a testament to the purity of their mission, a mission that seeks to illuminate the world with the divine light of truth. They are not bound by the chains of worldly desires, but are free to traverse the vast expanse of the cosmos, guided by the divine compass that points them towards their sacred destiny. As they continue their journey, the Chosen One encounters the manifold faces of humanity, faces suffused with the longing for the divine, the yearning for a connection that transcends the mundane. Their mission is to kindle this divine spark within each soul, to awaken humanity to the divine truths that lie at the very core of existence. Through this solitary journey, the Chosen One emerges as a beacon of divine wisdom, a luminary whose presence illuminates the path for all seekers. They carry within them the divine message, a message of hope, compassion, and infinite love, a message that seeks to unite all souls in a cosmic embrace of divine harmony. And so the Chosen One continues their solitary journey, a journey marked by divine solitude, yet filled with the presence of the infinite. Their path is one of unwavering purpose, a path that seeks to awaken humanity to the divine truths that lie at the heart of existence. In this sacred solitude, they find their true calling, a calling that transcends time and space and resonates with the eternal beat of the divine heart. The air crackled with a rare palpable energy as the Chosen One wandered the ancient hallowed grounds of the temple. The shadows of towering stone spires cast elongated fingers across the uneven cobblestones, whispering secrets from epochs past. Each step resonated with the heavy weight of destiny, an unseen mantle that had rested on the shoulders of this solitary figure since their spiritual awakening. Eyes closed, the Chosen One embraced the weight, feeling the divine whisper of God's eternal breath in the crevices of their soul, threading through the very fabric of their existence. The temple was not merely a structure, but a living, breathing entity, an eternal vessel of divine communion. As they journeyed deeper into its labyrinthine heart, the air grew cooler, tinged with the musk of ancient incense still clinging to the stone walls. From the darkness emerged ethereal silhouettes, the spirits of ancestors and saints, watching, waiting, reminding the Chosen One of the responsibilities bestowed upon them. It was in this sacred solitude that the path forward was revealed. The Chosen One was always alone. It was true, but not in a sense of abandonment. Each moment of solitude was a moment of profound clarity, a divine communion in its purest form. The isolation was a crucible forging the spiritual steel required for the monumental task ahead. The isolation was not a punishment, but a sacred space of quietude where the divine's voice could be heard over the cacophony of the mundane world. To walk the path of the Chosen One The divine whisper seemed to echo, reverberating through the hollow chambers of the ancient temple, is to be a beacon of light in the darkness, a harbinger of hope in the heart of desolation. With each breath, the Chosen One felt the divine's guidance illuminating the path with divine foresight. They wandered into the innermost sanctum, where the air seemed to shimmer, a living, breathing manifestation of divine presence. Here in the antechamber of eternity, the walls were inscribed with celestial runes that pulsed with an inner light, each symbol a testament to the millennia of wisdom held within. The Chosen One reverently touched the ancient symbols, feeling the electric hum of knowledge coursing through their fingers, merging the past with the present. A vision unfolded before their eyes, a panorama of realms, intertwining a cosmic ballet of celestial bodies in perpetual motion. An angel with wings like sunlit gossamer appeared, its eyes pools of infinite wisdom. The burden you bear, the angel spoke, its voice resonating with celestial harmony, is not a shackle, but a crown. Through your solitude you shall commune with the divine, and through your isolation you shall reveal the hidden pathways of salvation. The Chosen One's heart swelled with understanding. Isolation was a bridge to the divine, a sacred silence where the divine whispers could guide them through the labyrinthine corridors of existence. It was a solitude that embraced the profound silence of the soul, a silence that allowed a deeper connection to the heart of the divine. The angel's words continued to echo in their mind. You are the sentinel of hope, the herald of grace in a world shrouded in uncertainty. Your mission is to illuminate the path, to lead the lost, to guide the weary, and to bring forth the dawn of spiritual enlightenment. With every beat of their heart, the Chosen One felt the weight of their mission solidifying. They were to be a lighthouse in the stormy seas of humanity's struggles. Each moment of solitude was not just a blessing. It was a profound opportunity to cultivate a soul that could shine like a beacon, reflecting the boundless light of the divine. The ancient temple seemed to pulse with a newfound vibrancy, acknowledging the Chosen One's resolve. The Chosen One knew that the path ahead would demand sacrifices, endurance, and unwavering faith. But in their heart, they felt the divine's unwavering support, a silent promise that in their solitude, they would never walk alone. As they emerged from the sacred sanctum, the Chosen One felt an overwhelming surge of purpose. The temple's ancient stones had imparted ancient wisdom, a profound truth that transcended time. They had come to understand that their isolation was not a burden, but a divine calling, a sacred mandate to be a vessel of divine grace in a world in need of guidance. The Chosen One stepped out into the light,